What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the second episode of the Eyes on Avs podcast. My name is Patrick Kaplan. I am joined by my co-host, Josh Levkowitz. It's been a pretty uneventful offseason so far for the Avs. If you didn't tune into our question and answer we had last month, we had a little bit of trade going on. We lost ourselves some Miles Wood and our Bruins trade, Charlie Coyle. We got a couple pieces back, though, so we're looking good. Today, we'll go through some of the Avs free agency signings, as well as what we saw at Dev Camp and the schedule release that happened yesterday, and what this season could look like for our Avs. As always, don't forget to check our merch in the store. We have merch. So Denver, Eyes on Avs. We have our Nothing But Nugs, 5280, Rockies Now, all that good stuff. Check our bio on Instagram and Twitter. You'll see all the good stuff in there. We have shirts, hats, sweaters, like all the good stuff. Something good for everyone. As for now, sit back, enjoy the show. If you have any questions, comments, send them in. But we are good to go. Take it away, Josh.
All right, so we're going to start this by talking a little bit about free agency. Now, we came into free agency expecting the Avs to make a lot of big moves. And to speak very blatantly, it hasn't happened. But you know what? That's good. That's okay because we've made the moves we need to make. Let's start about what we're losing. Let's start with that. First off, we're losing Jonathan Drouin, who is joining the Islanders on a 2x4 contract. Honestly, I'm going to miss him, and we tried to make some of those lines with McKinnon work, but it didn't work out, and you know what? That happens.
That was the only thing Drouin had going for him, too, was that McKinnon line with the youngsters connection they had with the Mooseheads, but it wasn't working too well, and we didn't have the money for it, so it was time to move on for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go to the Islanders now. He'll play a really key piece in that team that is trying to make the playoffs. I'm excited to see what he does there. Ryan Lindgren got a 4x4.5 contract from the Seattle Kraken. Patrick, we both had the same word for it. If you want to say it.
No, you go ahead. Take it. Come on now.
Overpaid.
Yes, sir. Way too much money for a bottom four defenseman who does not shoot well. He's a good defender, but that's a lot of money. We do not want that on our payroll. I'm glad we don't have him this year because Seattle can take him.
Agreed. I like the trade that we made trying to go get him from the Rangers, and I was hoping we'd re-sign him, but then I look at that money and I'm like, I'm glad we didn't.
Yeah, I know it was a necessary move last year. We need another defenseman, and he fit in. But, if you're making $18 million over the next 4 years, you're not an Avalanche. I'm sorry.
Agreed. I mean, especially with our cap situation, with having to pay some of these top guys, that's the whole reason we traded Rantanen. So
yeah, we trade away Rantanen to free up some cap. We trade away Wood and Coyle to free up some cap, and it worked out. We still have around $7 million left, so there's moves to be made still.
Then the last key loss that we had was Calle Rosen signing a 1-year, $775,000 deal with the Washington Capitals. Good for him. Hope he succeeds. Anything else you want to add?
A lot of you guys don't know who Calle Rosen is, but he's one of those Colorado Eagles guys who's been around for a while. He's in his low 30s, so it sucks to see him go. He's been with us for quite some time, but he do some good out there with Washington. They're trying to help him elevate a little more with their final Ovechkin season.
Absolutely. Side note, it's kind of we grew up our entire lives with Ovechkin and Crosby. It's really sad to see that era starting to come to an end, and I'm going to miss it.
Exactly. I mean, seeing Ovechkin beat Gretzky last year was it's an amazing moment for not just the league, but literally every single sports fan. Seeing someone go out finally break a record like that, and just so great to see. I mean, Ovi's a great guy, great hockey player, been around for a while, and when the chapter's over, the chapter's over. But the great player, great couple guys. Hopefully, Crosby finishes out here in Colorado. You never know.
You can't see it because he's a green screen. Fingers crossed. Fingers are crossed.
I hope. Pretty pleased.
So we made one trade. We made one key trade, and honestly, it was a pretty big one. Charlie Coyle and Miles Wood heading to Columbus for Gavin Brindley, a 2025 third-round pick, who turned into Francesco Delesse. Did I say that right?
I believe so.
And a 2027 second-round pick. Patrick, your thoughts?
Yeah, like we talked about a little before, dropping the cap was huge. It was way too much money there. Miles Wood and Charlie Cole, they're great players, but we needed the money. We needed to add more than just two players. I mean, if you looked what the Nuggets done, they dropped Porter. They added four guys and still have used $1 million less than what Porter had on his contract. So it's stuff like that, being able to drop two, grab in some draft pieces, be able to start looking to the future a little bit more because we lost a lot of our prospects over the past year and a half, 2 years trying to build this cup team. So being able to try and bring back some picks because we didn't have a third rounder until we trade for it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Good players, Coyle coming back last year, and then Wood signed that major contract, but we'll see.
I mean, I can tell you from our experience, we went to as dev camp when it was occurring. We got to see Deleste play for a little bit, and both me and Patrick were very impressed with what we saw.
Yeah,
Besides, Devin Brindley's underlying numbers look incredible. He looks like he has some real upside. We are really excited to see what he can do here in the Jared Bednar system.
100%.
Now we got to talk about what we brought back in. And it's important to mention what we brought back in because that's where 3 or 4 of our key moves came. Resign Brock Nelson, 3 years, $7.5 million a year. Our 2C is locked in.
Huge. Finally, we've all talked about that 2C spot since Kadri left. We thought we've had it figured out a couple times, but I mean, Brock Nelson is a made man. He made himself in New York, and everyone knows how good he is. So having him staying there for at least 3 more years, it's good stuff.
And once we get into our line rushes, you'll see he fits into this system perfectly. Our next one that we brought back is a player that both me and Patrick, we love this kid. We think he has incredible upside. We think he could partner with Makar one day. That's right, Sam Malinsky back for 1 year.
Yeah, hammering Sam back. He's got that nasty slap shot. He's got the speed in there too, and he has the vision down the ice. You saw a couple of stretch passes last year. Believe he can replicate that and then sign a much bigger contract in this upcoming season when the cap jumps up just a little bit more. I would love to see a 4-year deal coming out of him next year if he can hold what he did this past few
Agreed.
seasons.
Agreed. I think Malinsky is a key piece of our core. I think if he continues to show that development this upcoming season, he's going to do wonders for this team, and I'm excited to see it.
Yes.
Next up, Parker Kelly, 4 years, $1.7 million a year. Patrick, your thoughts?
Yeah, so a lot of people on social media did not like this signing. I, for one, loved it. Parker Kelly came in. He killed it on the bottom six. He killed it on the penalty kill. This man has a groove for hockey. He knows exactly what he's doing and how to do it. And he just gets in people's faces, forces turnovers, and he can make plays. So 4 more years of Parker Kelly on our bottom six and penalty kill, it's huge. Huge stuff. I'm
I'm
really
excited
happy
for it.
about that one. And silence all
Man,
the
I wish we
haters.
had I
Great,
wish we
great
had
signing.
disagreeing takes because this is a great signing. Parker Kelly's a key piece, like you said, key piece in the bottom six, which is what we need. And to get him for $1.7 million a year, that doesn't break the bank by any stretch of the imagination. Honestly, it's a piece that I'm really happy about. I'm really happy we got him for 4 years. I hope
Yeah,
that
great
four
job
years
by
get added to
CMC.
Malinsky, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
Now,
heck of a
the
deal.
final re-signing move that we have is one where me and Patrick may disagree a little bit on this one. Josh Manson, 2 years for $3.95 million a year. Patrick, your thoughts?
Yeah, so Manson's one of those guys. He was with us in the cup run. He can play both offensive and defense, and he's on the kill there a little bit. And every so often, if there's something going down, sometimes we'll send him to the power play, but not as often as you'd like to see. It's mixed emotions because Manson's consistent. However, he's also enjoying the IL quite a bit. He hardly played 50% last year. I think he got a little bit over that. But I mean, there's no one else you can find in this free agent class this year. You can't go out and make a trade necessarily and get rid of him. So holding him down for the next 2 years until we can try and figure some more stuff out, bring up some of the younger guys like Sean Barons, I think it'll work out. I'm glad to see him back. I definitely don't want to see him leave. And 3.95, it's a little on the higher end, but it's a little bit of that fading cup tax there. So 2 years, good deal for now.
I'm gonna agree with you, but also disagree with you. I think if we had really been able to pull the pieces together, we could have gotten a better trade for Josh Manson. I
Yeah.
feel like with his injury time and his lack of offensive production as that offensive defenseman that we've grown so used to in 22 and 23, For him to come out flat during the 24-25 season was extremely disappointed. When everyone was clamoring for Sammy G to be traded, for me, it was Josh Manson. I
Real
love
quick,
the
no,
guy.
we
I
are
have a
not
lot of
trading
respect
Sam
for him.
Girard. I'm just putting that out there. That's a no for me.
No. Do not trade Sam Girard if any
Win.
front office members are listening. However, I feel like I agree with you. 3.95, 2 years feels like a little bit of an overpay when I feel like we could have gone into the trade market, maybe packaged him with another one of our prospects and potentially gotten something better.
Yeah, I mean, we have 2 years to do so. There's still ability for him to get traded, but for right now, I like him where we have him paired, and we'll talk about that a little more later.
All right, now we can finally move into some of the. We're gonna start with some of the small moves until we get to the big move that we made that both me and Patrick are over the moon about.
Mhm.
We re-signed TJ Tynan.
Yep. Yep. Tynan,
And
Tynan's one
Zach
of those young
Acham,
guys. He played a few games last year up with us, but he's deep depth, if you want to call it.
which you know what, depth helps. We also got Jack Acham. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. What do you know about him?
He also played a little with us last year. He's another one of those deep depth guys. We got to keep him around for the Eagles. The Eagles were a very good team last year, made it all the way to, I believe, the Calder Conference Finals.
I think we
So
lost,
following those
but
division leading Eagles, but it's just another one of those. You don't want to let those younger guys go. Like we let Tufty leave to Boston. We've lost Ben Myers a few years ago. You want to keep these guys tight, right?
yeah. Then we've signed from Philadelphia, Ronnie Atard.
I believe that's how you say that. Don't want to make any statements
I
on
don't
that,
want to
but
say his. I
he's
don't
another
want
one
to
of
say
those
his
younger
name.
guys. He's been around a little bit for a few years, and another one of those minimum contract 775K. Who knows? Maybe he'll find his way up. I find it unlikely. I hope we can stay healthy this year. Be the first time in a long time we've been a fully healthy team. So, already Logan O'Connor will be out till December or January. He just had another hip surgery on the other hip this time.
Rest
So
up,
already starting
LSD.
down,
Rest up,
man,
Mayor
but
Denver.
it's rough stuff.
And then we signed Alex Barre-Boulet, which I believe is how that's pronounced. He's a
Yeah.
20-year-old who spent time with Tampa and Montreal last year.
Yeah,
And
so he's been in Tampa when they won in 21. He was in Tampa when they lost. Again, he wasn't up at the time. He's a little up and down man. He's played 70 total NHL games since 2020. But I mean, 36 games in 23-24 with Tampa. He had a -9 with 9 points. So 11 total minutes of play. It's not bad, but again, we don't want to have to use someone to come up. Like I think we have our bottom six for the most part nailed down, and if not, we have guys that I'd rather see above him. So we'll see what happens there. I think it's another one of those deep depth signs, though.
you said we got our bottom six set up, but you know what else we got set up? Our entire six on defense. We
Our
signed
defenseman.
one of our favorite players to watch, the old man, Brett Burns. 1 year, $1 million
Yes,
with a
yes.
$3
Bring the
million
beard.
incentive for games played.
Heck of a contract, first of all. Brent Burns, who has been fishing for that cup forever. He went to Carolina after leaving San Jose, and they couldn't find him one. So coming to Colorado, he's one of the oldest players. I think he is the longest tenured NHL player right now without a cup win. So
I
coming to
mean, he was
Colorado
drafted
on
in
a
03, right?
team-friendly deal, too.
I think he was drafted in 03, right?
Yes, yep. He's, I think, either just him or one of two who were drafted in 03. I can't remember correctly, but he's served his time, and he deserves his cup win, and I do think we can get him that. And like we said, the bottom six, the total six defensemen, they are locked in, locked down, all looking good. Just stay healthy. It's not that hard, right?
Agreed. More than agreed. I am over the moon excited with how this defense is looking, which is a
Yeah.
weird thing to say, especially when you consider how offensive this Avs team usually is. I
Yeah.
think our defense has the ability to stop the play and then immediately break it open and score some goals really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, Brent Burns in his younger years, he won the Norris back in, I believe, 2017, right?
Which you said
He's a Norris winner.
he was still in his 30s when that happened.
Yeah, he had a wild season. That San Jose team though was very, very good. They took us
I
to
love
7.
watching that
I'll
San Jose
say
team.
that a young Avs team to
I
7, but that was a good team. So Brent Burns coming in another 82 game season. He's done that 4 straight years. So that's where that game played bonus comes in. We want to make sure if we're going to take a shot on an old man that we want to pay him less and give him more if he plays. And I am all for it. It's a heck of a deal by CMC. I'm glad we did that, and I look forward to seeing what the beard can bring to Colorado.
Agreed. So there's still, just to quickly run through these, we still have some things that we're waiting to hear about. We're waiting to hear from Joel Kiviranta about what he wants to do. We're
Yep.
still waiting to hear from Eric Johnson about what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Patrick touched on it. Logan O'Connor is injured until late December, early January, dealing with that hip injury. Rest up soon and quickly.
Yes.
We need you.
We need the mayor back.
Just to mention some other moves regarding players either the Avs were in on or former Avs. Nikolaj Ehlers goes to Carolina for a big contract. Bowen Byram is staying in Buffalo. Nikolai Kovalenko is heading back to the KHL. Nick Abe Kubel, apologies, is going to Minnesota. And Jonathan Toews is becoming a Winnipeg Jet. I know we played against him for years on those gauntlet Chicago Blackhawks teams. But to be honest, I'm very happy to see him back in the league. I think he's going to thrive.
He's a very good player. He's, I mean, one of the better captains in the league has seen in the past couple decades. Took 2 cups home with Chicago, so it would have been cool to see him out here in burgundy and blue. But of course, he had to head to a division rival because that's our luck these days. But Winnipeg just they got a solid bottom 6 player. We'll see what he can do if he can produce again. But it's good to see him back in the league.
Agreed. It's just it's a good feel good story for him being away for so long. I think the only thing that could even compare to that would be if Shea Weber somehow returns.
That would
And to be
be a
honest,
miracle.
nobody thinks he will.
I'd buy a Weber jersey if he did that. I don't see it happening though.
Which team though? Because we can't get Nashville or Vegas.
It's got to be the Habs. Come on.
Yeah, it'd have to be the Habs. It would have to be the Habs. All right. So that concludes a lot of our free agency information that we got. Once again, if you have any questions, feel free to let us know in the comments. We will be answering them here shortly. But Patrick, do you want to dive into some of our line rushes we could be looking at this year?
Yeah, let's move on here for a second. So, line rushes, there's something that a lot of people overlook, but when you can find the chemistry to go together, things can go from solid to absolutely phenomenal. So, this is what NHL.com has to say. A few things I agree with. Top 6 is solid. You have Lecky, Nate, Marty Natchez on the top line. They'll work well together, fast. They have the sticks. They can shoot. They can score. They can pass. It's a great line. I love it. Side note: lock up Natchez now, please. Thank you. All right, let's move on.
Keep the party going in Denver. The Marty party.
Need it. Got to find some money, but I think we got it. So, second line, we saw absolutely take full effect against Dallas in the first round last year. Landy, Nichushkin, and Nelson. Those 3 absolutely dominated Dallas the entire time they were on the ice. That was a big reason why Gabe was able to put up 4 points in those first 5 games back, because he had Nelson and Nichushkin down there with him. And they just immediately had chemistry. They found the passes, they found the lanes, they were able to put the puck in the back of the net. I am looking forward to see a full 82 with those 3 men. It'll be very, very good. And like I talked about, phenomenal. So that one I'm very excited about.
Agreed. I mean, am I going to miss the great line one that we had during the cup run of Gabe, Nate, and he who shall not be named, Mikko Rantanen? Yes, I'm going to miss it because that line was unbelievable. One of the greatest offensive lines I think this sport has ever seen.
As I call them, the super line. They're that good.
However, I do think now, looking at this 25-26 team, we were able to spread out that superpower of that first line to 2 separate lines, and that makes us even more disgusting as a team.
Exactly. In my opinion, probably the dirtiest top 6 there is. Just
I'd agree with that.
absolutely disgusting. So they're going to run through everyone. I can't wait to watch. So bottom 6 now, we get a little dicey. So as we talked about before, we're still waiting on Kiviranta. That's a guy I really, really want back. Give me 2 years, I'll be happy. But so without Kiwi right now, NHL.com has Parker Kelly on the left wing, Jack Drury, who we got in that, Nate just Rantanen trade in the center, and they have Colton on the right side there. Without O'Connor, and Kelly, one of them have to come up because O'Connor's a little hurt right now, but that line, they can do damage. Colton obviously can score, and then Drury and Kelly, they're just down dirty players. They know exactly what they need to do, as we talked before. So it'll be interesting to see what they can pull there, if they can find something. I think they can. I just don't think it will be as good without O'Connor. And then the fourth line is, it's hard to call right now, especially before training camp starts. But you have Pritchapov on the left, young guy. He's going to be very good one day. Ivan down the middle, great player one day too. Ivan Squared, he'll be back. I think he'll get near 50 games in this year, give or take. I think he's got some great movement with the team this year, so I'll be happy to see that. And then right wing, we have Matt Steinberg finding his way back into the Avs lineup. Those few games he played with us before he got suspended earlier this year, I think he'd be a good player. He's got that nice Curtis McDermott to him. And get in there, he can force you to make mistakes and just get angry.
We've been looking for a while. We've been looking for sort of that great. I have to use the term a great grinder, a guy who's going to bully you on the ice. Having a guy like that is going to be huge for this team.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm happy to see him back. And as we talked about in our Q&A last month, that the Avs pulled a little move there. They brought him up during the playoffs, let him serve his 2-game suspension then. Didn't have to play him because he wasn't needed, and they send him back down. So his suspension's now fully filled, and he can just come back out and dominate.
Agreed. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I also do want to mention that, once again, talking about our experience as Dev Camp, we saw a lot of really good talent from the offensive side. Obviously, one of our guys, Cooper Gay, who we drafted, I believe, last year, looked really, really good when we were there. Riley Connors looked really, really good. Vincent Desjardins looked fantastic. Yeah. These are all guys that we kind of have hidden in the wings, where, say, an injury happens to Pritchapov or Ivan Squared, we can bring them up and they will make an impact. Exactly. I am very excited to see what some of these young kids can do, and I genuinely think they have the potential to help boost this team even further.
100%. Yeah, check out our post on Instagram where we covered Dev Camp. It was a fun day. Great time.
Very.
As we move on to the defensive side of things, NHL.com has pretty simple slow move lines there. They have Taze McCarr as our top given.
No
Gerard Burns down the middle there, and then Malinsky Manson as our bottom two.
I think I'd like to see, maybe just hear me out on this. Okay, this is just pure speculation. What if we did Gerard Manson and Malinsky Burns?
I was thinking about that.
You have that speed combined with that experience, and Gerard and Manson have been on the same line for a few years at this point. So They already have that chemistry as a defensive unit.
Exactly.
I think you pair those, make those pairings. I think this defense goes from good to even better.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was thinking too, because not only do you have that Gerard Manson tandem, but you have Brent Burns being able to teach Malinsky even farther, elevate his game playing with the former Norse, and then just go from there. So as we continue down and get into what I sort of think will happen there, that's exactly what it is. Manson should play the two there with Gerard, and Malinsky should play with Burns on the third line there. They might have a little less time, but again, we have a guy like Brent Burns that can help us out, and we need to use him and not hurt him.
And then once again, just to quickly cover, I want to cover specifically one defensive guy that I think really impressed both me and Patrick. That's Hank Kempf. Yes. He was another piece that we got in the Lindgren trade with the Rangers. He looked unbelievable because the drills we were watching were a lot of defensemen doing offensive drills. A lot of shooting from the point, a lot of skating around defenders. Hank Kempf really impressed us.
Yeah, he shined. He has a nasty wrister.
Sean Barons looked great. He was in a red practice jersey, which is, for those of you who don't know, is no contact. But even in some of those moments, he's still recovering, but he still shows that potential. I remember watching him at DU. I am so excited to see what he can do once he gets fully healthy. And then Torrey Pidner looked great too. I feel like our young guys are being extremely underestimated right now with just how much of an impact they have the ability to make come in the next 2, 3, 4 years. I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I agree. They could use a little more seasoning down there, but again, year two, we start having those big money guys going to Natchez and whatnot. I think we could see him come up and be a big boost. So yeah, go again. Go check that out on our Instagram page. It was great stuff. So we'll move on now to sort of what we came to with what the line should look like. Top six is still the same. Lecky, Nate, Marty, Gabe, Nelson, Val. It's good stuff there. No need to change that. And same thing with the top line of the defense. Looking good there. So we inserted Kiwi Ronta, me and my hopeful prayer circle here, sticking him in on the third line left wing with Colton down the middle and then Drury on the right side there. And then
I would not be opposed to that in the slightest.
no, that'd be a much better line than what they currently have it as with Kelly, Drury, Colton. Too similar there with Kelly and Drury, but that means the fourth line we got to drop someone back down to the Eagles, and I do think Pritchapov, he's really really close. I think he use a little more time with the Eagles, and then he can come up. And so got Kelly, Ivan down the middle, and then Steinberg on the right. I think that would work well. And then, like we talked about before, send in Burns with Malinsky, keeping Manson with Gerard. It will work out well.
Agreed. 100% agreed. I think this team has a lot of potential. I think if we can avoid the injury plague we got hit with last season, there always is, but I think there's potential where we could run away with the Central. I think
Yeah.
Dallas got weaker. I think Winnipeg got a little bit weaker. I feel like the door is open again. Last year, it felt like the door was starting to close. I think just by letting these young guys develop a little bit more, that door is going to open itself back up really quickly.
Yeah, and we have some easy boost from last year's 14-13 start with our tending tandem. You got the Woodshed out there. You got Mackenzie Blackwood, Scott Wedgwood. That's our 1-2 there. No changes, no need. 5 more years for Blackwood, another year here for Wedgwood. Ready to push them forward and take us to an 82-0.
I'm going to get close to the camera when I say this. Do not trade the Woodshed under any circumstance. No. Okay, sorry, I'm done.
I agree. I think you're yelling at a couple of haters out there who deserve to get yelled at, but there's no need to move anyone right now. Our tending tandem is perfect. We have our front guy and we have our backup. Just like in 22, Brantos came in when Kemper was injured, completely shut down the playoffs. He was so good that year. He's a big reason why we won. So I really love our tending tandem. But let's move on to our power play penalty kill here. This stuff can get a little shifty because we have a couple similar guys who can do same thing on the ice, and depends on if they want to throw Landeskog back into the depth there. And I think they will. It just depends on first line or second line. So we have our left wingers could be Landeskog or Val. Those are guys out front in front of the net, blocking the vision of the goaltender, getting a tip in there when we want it and need it. So that's good stuff. And then McKinnon and Natchez also on our first line power play. And then go ahead.
No questions there.
All right, my bad. And then another one we could sort of swap out here. It depends on if Gabe is top. We have Nelson, Nichushkin could go 1-for-1 there, as well as Landeskog. Do 2 of those 3 combinations, all would work out well. And then Makar is the easy answer for defensemen. You have guys that can shoot. You have guys that can block the net. You have a quarterback out there, Makar McKinnon. That's a very, very good power play. And with our new assistant coach, I think we can work on it and bring our power play back up to what it needs to be.
Please.
Pretty please. That'd be extremely helpful because, we struggled on the power play in the playoffs. Big reason why we lost. But bringing in guy from Seattle, Toronto, Dave Haxtell, I think we'll be able to work some magic with that power play and bring it back up. So power play 2, very clear. Outside of those, Val, Nelson, Landeskog. I think Nelson will be top line no matter what. It depends on if they want to throw But Lehkonen, Colton, Nelson, Valgade, and then Taze, obviously, and then here's where it struggles because you have a couple guys that can get out there. You have Gerard who has the speed, you have Manton who has the bigger body, and then you have Brent Burns who has the offensive side. Burns is more of the last option there. So it's just between Manton and Gerard, what Bednar wants to do, what Haxel wants to do. It'll be interesting to see. But I think our 1-2 power plays are in a great spot right now.
I do have. I'm just looking at what we have written down, and I have an idea, and I want to. You're gonna say I'm stupid, but I want to run it and see how it would look.
All right.
What if take Burns, Gerard, Manson, throw them all out? What if the key to our second power play is Sam Malinsky?
I could see it. He's got a bomb from the blue line, and he can find those vision passes and go right through the defenders. It could work. I just don't know if they're willing to trust him, especially since they didn't give him that contract this offseason. I think he's got to go a little bit more into the coaching mind and let them know, like, yeah, I can do this. Just give me the chance.
Okay, I see your point there. I think if I had to pick between Burns, Gerard, and Manson, I think I'd want Gerard just for that lefty slap shot from the right corner, which if that sets up well, then you have Lecky or Colton right there to tip it in, which is perfect.
Yep, exactly. Let's switch to the defensive side of things here. We got our penalty kills, top two lines here. Those are pretty straightforward. Parker Kelly, Valentushkin, top line there with Taze and McCarr. Pretty shutdown stuff. Landeskog used to do kill. I don't think we'll have him do that at this point in his career, whether that's because of the injury or not. We have other guys that can be out there, kill, block pucks, and do what needs to be done. And then second line, Drury, Lehkonen, Burns, Manson, call it good.
No complaints here. I think our penalty kill has the potential to be really, really good. So I am once again very excited to see what this team can do.
Yeah, once O'Connor gets back too, that's when it gets tricky who you want to drop because O'Connor's a top line killer, one of the best in the country. He's got a Selkie vote this year.
He's a power play player on the penalty kill. It's amazing.
Yeah,
and
so it's good stuff.
Speaking of winning games, as of yesterday, our schedule is out, and my oh my, what an interesting schedule it is.
Yeah, I don't hate it. There have been years in the past where I'm like, why? Like, you've got to be kidding me. Why are we doing this? But, when you have your longest road trip at 4 games and your longest homestand at 7, there's not much you can dislike about this.
I mean, when I saw 7 straight home games, I can't lie, I was like, what?
In January, too. I mean, you guys remember that 2022 January, we went 15-0-1. Like, just an absolute amazing January. So we'll see what they can do again this year.
And let's list the teams that we play in that 7-game stretch. Ottawa, Columbus, Toronto, Nashville, Washington, Anaheim, Philadelphia.
7-0, baby. Come on.
Manageable.
Yeah, I mean, other notes about it, too. Like, you guys look, it's a weird February, March there because we have the Olympics in February. We'll play 5 games that month and then dive directly back into the season. Hopefully no one's injured. Hopefully everyone's healthy and ready because, the Olympics are tough. It's good stuff, some strong competition there, but you come back out of that and you play immediately. You get 18 games in 35 days, including 15 and 31 in March. So it's a real quick burn and go leading right up to the playoffs. You have to make sure you're ready. You have to make sure you're good to go. There's a few guys that'll be out in the Olympics, obviously. Our entire top line, I think Russia's not in the Olympics this year for hockey. So I know Landeskog is probably going back to Sweden. And then Taze McCarr, they're heading to Canada too. So Natchez is going to the Czech to play for the Republic.
He's for Czechia.
Yep. But, I mean, as long as we have Bednar around keeping these guys going while everyone else is playing the Olympics, keeping the legs warm, running drills, making sure we're ready to hit the ground running, and just immediately go right up the mountain and win the cup. I mean, again, sounds easier than it is.
Looking at our schedule, what seems nice, Obviously, it is really hard to tell before the season because literally anything can change. Heck,
Yeah.
Utah could come out and win the division.
You
But
know,
looking at our
I
schedule right now, I don't see a part in our schedule where I'm like, holy crap, this is a gauntlet.
yeah,
It
I
feels
agree.
pretty spread out.
I agree. I will add a little note there before we continue. I do think Utah had a great offseason. I do think Utah could push for a wild card spot. I don't think they're top three because how good Dallas, Winnipeg, and Colorado are. But, leaving Arizona, they had pieces starting to show. And they had a great free agency. I think Utah can find themselves a playoff spot. But
I think Buffalo is
yeah,
stupid for making that trade with them. I think Buffalo is. I'm going to say this. I think Buffalo is worse run than the Colorado Rockies. I didn't
yeah,
think I'd say that, but they are.
it's a tight
If
race.
you are a Buffalo Sabres fan, I am sorry. You deserve so much better.
It is what it is, guys. Enjoy your football. Just hope you lose to the Pats. But all right, moving on.
No, silence, silence, Patriots fans, silence.
So
No
a
worries.
big game on the schedule. Everyone's looking for it. First game against Dallas. We'll be at home. It's our third game of the season, October 11th. That'll be a glorious Saturday night at 7 p.m. I would not be surprised if it finds its way into ESPN or TNT. But,
It will. There's not a
quick
doubt
out
in my
the
mind.
door, LA, Utah, Dallas. You got those first 4 days of the season. You starting opening night for the first time in a few years. Even when we won the Cup, we didn't play opening night. We're starting on the road again for 3 straight years since we won the Cup. But I think we got a good start, and I don't see us going 0-4 like we did this past year opening the season.
Agreed. I'm trying to find it. I completely forgot its name. What's the name of the day where all the teams play at once?
We got ourselves, it's not the Frozen Frenzy, but I think it is the Frozen Frenzy, something like that, where all 32 teams play on one day.
That's it. Sorry, I'm looking it up, trying to see what day that is this year.
Yeah,
Okay, that is going to be October 28th.
they
So
chose
that
what, like
game
a
will
Tuesday?
be Tuesday, October 28th. Our puck drop time is 7 o'clock, and we play the New Jersey Devils.
Yeah, I don't want to watch 32 teams on a Tuesday night. Why did we not make it Friday? First of all, that's my
Dude, it's
little
fun. It's
poke at
fun.
that.
Come on.
I'll be watching. I will watch all 30. I won't be happy. I will watch all 16
I
games, all
will be
32 teams. It'll
there.
be a great night.
I will be there no matter what.
Yes, sir. Yep. We got the Winter Classic Stadium Series in Florida, both in January and February.
My hope is, as a USF student, I hope, please, student tickets for the Stadium Series. Please give them to me.
Yeah, I'm going in the other direction. I'm saying they better announce a Colorado game for the year after. If we don't get the Avs versus the Stars at Coors or the Avs versus the Mammoth at Folsom Field, I will lose a casket. Like my mind's gonna open up and just destroy everyone around me. Because playing 2 games in Florida outdoors, it might be indoors in Miami. We'll see. They have a roof, but
This is the one time that they're going to say, we have a retractable roof, but we're not going to use it.
yeah,
Actually, the
that's
second time.
worse though.
Yeah.
Hockey's an indoor sport, and you're going to say, "Oh, we're going to give them a special game and still do it indoors."
Dude, it's fun. Let it be fun.
Excuses were made. I'm not happy about it. You better bring it to Denver. Come on.
So a couple of the games just to highlight. On Thursday, December 11th, we welcome in the reigning back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers.
Yep.
And then on Sunday, January 4th, we are in Florida. When it comes to Tampa Bay, we play at home against them early in the season this year, Tuesday, November 4th. And then we complete a 3-game road trip from Carolina to the Panthers. Then on January 6th is when we will play in Tampa at Amalie Arena.
Yeah, it's a little weird this year because we don't play an Eastern Conference opponent after March 24th when we're in Pittsburgh. For the rest of the final month of hockey, it's all Western Conference foes. Quite a few inside the division as well. So we're in for some good hockey there. But yeah, Eastern Conference opponents will come early on, and I'm fine with that. Let them have their fun, see what they think they can do against us in the Stanley Cup Finals. But when it comes down to it, it won't matter.
I mean, just looking at the schedule, in our last 10 games, we played Calgary 3 times.
Yep. See you
That's
soon, Kadri.
ridiculous, honestly.
I miss that, man. Nazem Kadri, come back home, please. Like, just
We
please.
miss you, Nazem.
Like,
We
come
miss you,
on,
brother.
please.
All
But
right.
yeah,
Some other just interesting facts about it. We had, like we said, longest road stretch is 4 games, which is we do that 3 times. We have a
Yep.
7-game homestand in January, 5 games in February due to the Olympics, 15 of 31 days playing in the month of March. We have 18 games in 35 days, 2 3-day breaks in November, 12 back-to-backs, and as we mentioned, our first matchup with Dallas and Mikko Rantanen is October 11th at home.
yep. It'll be a fun season. I could easily see an 82-0. I know things don't shake out that way, but there's not much that can
No,
deter this team.
no, it's going to be 81-0-1. We're going to lose in the shootout to Buffalo.
No, I think you mean Dallas is going to find a way to trip us up without a call every time. That's also a
Yeah,
possibility.
probably.
SGA fools
All
out there in
right.
Dallas.
So now we want to take an opportunity to open it up to a very brief Q&A. If you have any questions about the Avs, any questions about Eyes on Avs, 5280 Media, let's hear them.
Yeah, find the merch too, guys. I got the hat on right now. I have a shirt on the way. There's a sticker coming soon. Like, you guys got to find them. Some good stuff. Our great logo on there, created by Steve, our
We
producer
love
and
Steve.
creator of Rockies Now and 5280 Media. So we got some good stuff. Feel free to check it out. Again, it's awesome. Come on, guys.
While we are waiting for questions, I do want to quickly just shout out the Rockies Now crew and their live stream during the Rockies draft pick. If you have the time and want to, go to Rockies Now, the Rockies Now Instagram page, and go find their reaction to us drafting Ethan Holiday.
Yeah.
I can't lie, I laughed for a solid 15 minutes.
Hey, it's great stuff. I mean, who can't be upset about drafting a Holiday? It's awesome.
I said it's a national event today. It's a holiday.
Yep. Yeah.
And honestly, I think the Rockies killed the draft in general. I mean, I'm mostly saying that because they drafted a kid from USF, so I'm biased. But you know what, Ethan Holiday, he's not bad.
No. One of the better shortstops we'll see, for sure. Quick on the Rockies Now note, finishing up my season first half article tonight. That'll be released soon here for Rockies Now, and look at our second half. So if you can, please send me your prayers because I will have a great depressed evening tonight.
If you need any help with coming up with ways to say that this team sucks, let me know.
Yeah, someone buy me a gallon of ice cream, please, too. I'm just going to sit there and cry.
A full gallon? You sure you don't want a pint? You want a full gallon?
I mean, that's the best way to grieve, right? Best way to sit in a closet and cry is with a gallon of ice cream.
You will not hear an argument from me on that. I think you're on the money.
There better not be an argument. All right, go ahead, hit the outro, Josh.
All right, so that is going to do it for this episode of the Eyes on Avs podcast. We want to thank you, yes, you, for tuning in and listening to a couple diehard fans talk about the past month of Avalanche off season and what the upcoming season could look like. We are just 82 days away from the start of the regular season.
Yes,
82.
come on.
That's the amount of wins we're going to have this season. And just like you, we can't wait for the season to start. Don't forget to follow me and Patrick on all social medias. My Twitter is linked below, so is Patrick's. My Instagram is going to be my name if you want to look that up. And then make sure you follow 5280 Media on all social media platforms. Follow Rockies Now. Follow everything 5280.
Broncos Source. They just have an article come out.
Just go take a look at everything. We're really thriving here at 5280, and we are more than excited to see where the future takes us.
Chugging forward.
And you know what? That's going to be it for us. We'll see you all next time, and remember to watch for an avalanche warning. Peace out, everyone.
Good day, guys.